Allah intends ease for you. A beautiful, fascinating phrase in the Quran. But let me ask you, in what context do you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says this? Maybe he's talking about Jannah, or perhaps it's a verse about forgiveness or reward or relief. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says this phrase about fasting. He declares, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah intends ease for you and not hardship. A striking verse, precisely because it's tied to one of the most physically demanding acts of worship. To a non-Muslim, abstaining from food and drink for hours sounds like anything but ease. So why fasting? Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use this phrase here of all places? Few things tempt the human soul more than food and intimacy. Entire industries thrive off them. Yet Ramadan calls us to withhold from both, even when they're normally permissible, all out of obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Logically, it should feel burdensome, but somehow it doesn't. Muslims love Ramadan. They welcome it. They give more, they pray more, they speak less, they forgive more, and emerge feeling lighter and more alive at the end. And the clearest proof? Eid al-Fitr. A single day that is celebrated often with more joy than Eid al-Adha, even though it's described as the smaller of the two Eids. Why? Because it follows the sacrifice of Ramadan, because you've had to go through the struggle. The Prophet ﷺ said, حُفَّتِ الْجَنَّةُ بِالْمَكَارِهِ وَحُفَّتِ النَّارُ بِالشَّهَوَاتِ. Paradise is surrounded by hardships, and hellfire is surrounded by temptations. Most take this as a warning, that Jannah requires struggle. Perhaps it's more than that. That real joy is always preceded by effort. I mean, think about it. What truly meaningful thing in life ever came without struggle? Even effortless blessings, our breath, warmth, breeze, the sun, often go unappreciated because they're easy. And that's the secret. The Prophet ﷺ didn't say paradise contains hardship, he said it's surrounded by it. If you push through it, then the joy awaits inside. Even exercise feels painful at first. Video games require an element of learning before you begin to enjoy it. The pleasure only comes after the initial resistance. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says He intends ease, He's not promising comfort without cost. He's revealing a truth you've lived. So if you're struggling to pray, to lower your gaze, to give charity, remember Ramadan. Remember, you gave up food and drink and felt lifted. You resisted desire and found peace. Not because hunger is sweet, but because submission is. And joy comes when you choose it over desire. The same joy exists in every command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but it begins with obedience, not understanding. So obey first, and then you'll see. Because like fasting, the ease is hidden within the act itself.